Hey everybody, my name is Lobo. Welcome to my channel called ZooPF Visual Effects. For those of you who are new to the channels, please like and subscribe if you like what you saw so far. For those of you who are visual effects artists, hopefully this tutorial takes you to the next level to go out there and do something even more cool. Alright, today I wanted to share with you guys how I created this very cool Scifi Cockpit here using this kick bash here that I created in Element 3D. Okay, so before we start, it is very important that you guys download the folder in the description tab. That folder will have the 20-piece kick bash tools that we'll need to create the Scifi Cockpit, plus some textures and bump maps to texture it. Alright, let's move forward. I'm gonna pause this, minimize it, and here's my scene creation in After Effects and Element 3D. Let's go ahead and start a new composition. Let's go ahead and just call it Scifi Cockpit. Leave it at 1080p, 24 frames. Click enter. Go to layer, new, solid. Let's call that Scifi Cockpit. 1080p. Click enter. And now let's go to Effect, Video Copilot, Element. Go to click. If I can speak right here, go to scene setup. Now here are the things that are going to happen. What you need to do is download the cockpit kit bash that you saw in the folder under your models in your Video Copilot folder. Okay, so mine is under my D drive, the Video Copilot models. Just put the folder right in here and it will pop up right here. Okay, so it's important that you do that. Mine is under my own creation, save models, and kick bash and cockpit. Okay, and so when it shows up, it should look something like this, just like that. Okay, and I'll tell you how many pieces are in there too, so that's very important. And you might be asking yourself, whoa, there's also a Corvette and jet fighter? Yes, the next two tutorials will be to creating a jet fighter and a Corvette. And the jet fighter will be coming out of the Corvette, and the cockpit is going to go right in the jet fighter. Alright, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that little bell thing, so when it pops up and it's ready to go, you'll be the first one to see it too. Okay, let's move forward. I'm going to minimize that, and I want to start with creating a new folder up here, and I'm going to name this Cockpit Master Folder. Click enter. There it is. I want to create a new folder within that cockpit folder, and I'm just going to call that seat, because I'm going to start with my seat. Here's the seat. Click on that, and I remember there are 3 here. Okay, so I'm going to click on another one, and I'm going to click on another one. And if you're asking yourself, why are there 3 seats? Well, the problem is because Element 3D is yet not a modeling software. If you stretch out meshes, it will stretch your texture. Okay, the best way to put textures on a 3D object is to simply UV unwrap it and take it to Photoshop or take it to Quixel. I do have Quixel, and I'm working on learning how to use Quixel, and so my next tutorials will have extremely amazing textures that I will create on my own. Alright, but that being said, today I just want to show with you guys how to create this cockpit and a few other things later. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to create a new folder, and I want to name this one Cushions, because we're going to bring some cushions in now. You know, the cushions. Alright, and I'm going to move as fast as I can through this. Alright, if I'm moving too fast, I apologize. But do pause, fast forward, and do what you need to do to make sure that you can go through my tutorial here. Now that I have that, I want to name everything. And if you wonder, hey man, how did you get all these to pop up really quick? All you have to do is Control D. Okay, Control D for duplication. Okay, I don't want this one to pop back. So here's a trick for you. If you don't want to go back to your folders here, just right click on any mesh and it automatically connects to it, and then you just have to fix it, just like that. That looks okay to me. That looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect because this is a tutorial, but make sure yours look pretty good. Okay, Alright, so I'm gonna create the front controller now, and I'm gonna go here and create a new folder and just call that front controllers. Click enter, and these are the two pieces that we're gonna need. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this one first. I'm gonna move it forward, and then I'm gonna click on this one, and I'm gonna move it inside just like that. Okay, and then that takes care of that. The next thing I want to do is make sure that I am moving those folders properly into just the front controller, not into the outer frame. You want to make sure your folders are separated as best as you can, so that when it's time to look for them, it'll be easy. Alright, so I want to go back to here. I want to click this again, and I want to bring it out, but I'm going to call this inner frame front, just like that. And I want to click on this icon here, and I want to click on shift and rotate it in increments, just like this. Okay, you want to click on this icon and you want to elongate it just like that. And we're going to create 4 pieces. Okay, so let's go and move this up like this. Just like that. Let's rename these really quick so we don't confuse ourselves. So what I want to do now is I want to put the sides here really quick, so I want to focus on that right now. So front controllers, and I want to create a new folder and just call that front side controllers. And the front side controllers are these right here. Okay, Kit Bash Part 2. I'm going to bring this out, forward, and I want to click on this icon, click on shift, do an increment rotation of 90. What would be like 180. There it is. I was struggling here for a second. Alright, and let's just put it right here, see what it's gonna look like. Okay, alright, and if we need to make these bigger, we will, and in fact that's what I'm gonna do right now. There we go. Okay. And do I want it to go downwards? Yeah, I think that looks so much cooler. I'm gonna click on this icon to take me right into the scene, and I want this to still be seen like this, so I'm gonna go like that. There it is. Okay, now I want to do the same thing on the other side, so I'm going to Control D, duplicate it. I will call that part 2, right? And let's go back to the other one and click part 2, left. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want to go back to this one. Remember, right click on the mesh, it takes you right there right away. I'm going to duplicate that. Oh, actually, you have to actually go in the folder when you want to duplicate things. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to call that B. And I'm going to go back to this one and call it A. Oops. There it is. I'm going to go to B, and I'm going to move it forward. But this time, I want to shrink this down. There you go. So it looks like that. And I'm going to go like that. But I'm going to move it up like this. So it has that look just like that. Okay? Alright, so now I want to do the same thing for this side, and I'm just gonna go back to this one and then duplicate it. And I'm gonna move it up, and then I will have to just say right B. Okay, so that's the front part, and that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna connect these two pieces right here. And what I want to do is create a new folder, and I'm just gonna call that connector. and our connector is right here. Let's click on that. Let's bring this in just like this, right center. And what you want to do is you want to elongate it. Now it's going to bring about right there. That's where it's supposed to be. Alright, just like this. There you go. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. Alright, now we need our monitors. So we're gonna need one main here, two here, well, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna do our side monitor, center monitors and side monitors, and then we'll do our sides here. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new folder and just call that monitors. And within that folder, let's create a new folder and call that center monitors. All right, and the center monitors, here are the monitors right here. Okay, so just click on that, bring this up, and we're just gonna bring it and put it right here, just like this. Boom, just like that. And our side monitors, we're gonna put them right here. Okay. So what I want to do now is just duplicate that and call that side left. So now let's go ahead and duplicate that, but we're going to call that right side. Okay, so let's work on the inside now. So I need to rename this center top monitors. Let's create a new folder in our monitors, and we're just gonna call that center controller. So we'll just say control monitors. Alright, so what I need for these is this right here. And so what I want to do now is duplicate this. And we'll call that right. And we'll call that left. Okay, and now I want to put one in the center as well. So to do that properly, I'm just gonna go to create here, okay, because that's how I did it for the other one too. I'm just gonna click here, create. I'm gonna use this right here, okay, but first you want to click on this icon here on this folder, and actually just create a new folder and just call it center part 1, and then click here, click that. Okay, once we are here, we need to put the monitors in there. Okay, so the best way to put the monitors in there is to simply, if you duplicate any mesh, just remember when it's time to put textures on, if you put one texture on one of the mesh, it might put the same texture on every other mesh. And so it's best as possible to try to remember what it is that you're trying to do, and make sure that if you need to just bring a new mesh in, you just bring the new mesh in. Okay, so I'm going to bring this new mesh in here. Here, and then we're gonna name it screen. screen left. Alright, same thing. Now, if you duplicate this and you put it over here, when we put our HUD, it's gonna be the same here. So we don't want that. And this is the part that is gonna be just a pain, but you just have to do it. So I'm gonna move it here like this, and I'm gonna call this screen right. Alright, so I'm gonna click this, I'm gonna create a new folder, and I'm gonna call that center controller center monitor screen. Sorry. There. And I'm gonna go do this one. Click on it. Just go like that. Now I also have some monitor screens here, okay? You guys can click on these if you want, or you guys can create new monitor screens. It's really up to you guys, okay? Once we're done with this whole thing, I'm going to show you guys how to optimize the meshes, but you guys can do that as you move along forward too. So the best way to optimize any of your meshes is to just click on that and just go optimize mesh, okay? What it does, it shrinks the vertices and the faces so that it totally optimizes everything else, or mostly the vertices. So you know what, I'm just gonna go and do that right now. Alright, so far that looks pretty good. Alright, so now we're gonna just put our monitor screen here, here, and here, and then we'll move on to the controller right here on the side. Alright, we took care of all of our screens, which is fantastic. Let's just go ahead and start working on the sides here really quick. So I'm going to close all these. I'm going to create a new folder just called Side Rear Controllers Left. Click Enter. Okay, so for this you want to bring this piece right here. Bring it down just like this. That. Okay, I want to Control D, duplicate that. Sorry guys, I'm moving all over the places here with my folders. Go like this with that. And then I want to name this B. And I want to name the first one A. Okay, the next thing I want to do is go back here and click on the same thing again. Bring it back. Alright, now let's go here, optimize mesh. Oops. Control D. We're gonna call that AB, and we're going to call that C. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is the C, and this one is the D. There you go. That's much better. Okay, and I want you to move that one back, just like this. Okay, just move it back like that. Alright, now let's make sure they're centered. So let's go back to this one. Okay, So to give it a bit more depth, now you can do some fun things with that. So let's go back and bring that here. Alright, so once you have that here, click on this icon, move this to where it is. Alright, there you go. I'm gonna put it in the center, click that, and what I want to do is just move it down. There you go, just like this. Just move it down like that, and we want to connect it to the seats. And I'm gonna move it right there. That's pretty good. Okay, so what I want to do now is I need to close that gap here. Okay, so it's easy. Just go back here, and let's just duplicate the first one. Control D, and let's just call that A1. Okay, now once we're here, we're gonna need this kit bash right here, and we're gonna need the lever, this one right here, or this one. Can't see it, it's so tiny. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's bring this here. Okay. Now let's see if it's this one. Is it? Yeah, awesome guess. Alright. So what I want to do now is, this is where the thumb is, so I need to rotate that. So click shift, rotate, there it is, and just bring it down. Okay, that takes care of that. Pretty cool. Alright, once we have that there, actually let's make sure it's mesh, it's optimized. Did I do the same for that one? Nope. I'm gonna go here, double check real quick. Yep. Okay, good. Alright, Control D and just make that right. Enter. And just move this over here just like that. Okay? Let's put the controller right here. So now let's go back here and just start a new folder and just call that ship controller. And I want to bring in that piece right there. So it's this one here, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna bring the lever here, which is this one right here, okay? Alright, so the next step is optimize its mesh. To go here and to use this one. There it is. Okay, that takes care of that. Let's bring some buttons in. So for this, I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it Controller Center Buttons. And I'm going to, let me see, move this into this folder right here, okay? And I'm gonna leave this right here. So the buttons, this one, it's ginormous. No worries, I'm gonna shrink it down. And I'm gonna click this icon to see it. just the way it is. Now I gotta bring 2 buttons right here. So I'm gonna create them. Get back to my side controllers. And I'll just create a new folder button. Let's see if it's here. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's close all of our folders. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now what I want to do is, this is it right here, guys. This is it. We created a Sci-Fi Cockpit. This is it right here, okay? So what I want to do now is I want to shrink this whole entire thing to about 25%. And I just want to move it here. I want to zoom into it, and I want to move that to the center, just like that. And let's take it back into After Effects now. There it is, and I want to save it, and let's go ahead and create a new light, and we'll leave, I'll just give that light 200, leave everything where it's at. And I also want to create a new camera. Let's go ahead and do 35 millimeters, leave everything where it's at, and it's facing this way right now, and I don't want that. I would rather it face, weird, that was on. I would rather have it face me, so I'm gonna go back into my scene setup, and I'm gonna click this here and make sure it's on the master folder, and just do your rotation just like that, okay? And once we click play, there, it's facing us now. So let's zoom into it, and let's bring it back here. Of course our light is pretty crazy right now, but it's okay. Let's go to our render settings. Let's go down to ambient occlusion, click on that, and I'm gonna say 5 might be too much. How about 4? Yeah, 4 looks good. And let's go to our shadows, click enable, and there it is. Let's go here, let's do a full 4K, and let's go here, let's double that to 2024. Okay, that looks much better now. See, we have some ambient occlusion, plus we have some real shadows, which makes it look even more real. All right, let's go ahead and save it really quick. All right, let's go ahead and do some texturing right now. So let's go and click on scene setup, and we're gonna start with our seats, and there it is right there. So if it looks like this, just go ahead and do this and do that. Click here, go to diffuse, load textures, and yours should be under wherever you put it. Mine is under my tutorials, tutorial 6, cockpit, YouTube download folder, textures and bump maps. So I want the seats to be red, so that's the one I have here. Actually, not this one, that's the one I want, like this. And let's click on that just to see what it looks like. There it is, just like this. All right, and I want to put some bump on that, so let's go and do that right now. There it is right there. I'm gonna crank the bump to about 150. See what it looks like. Yeah, well, it looks pretty good. Then I want to go to my glossiness, take it to 30, and take that to about 70. All right, just to look like this. All right, okay. And once again, guys, the best way to put textures on is to actually just UE unwrap any OBJs that you have, and then just either paint it on it or use a software like Quixel and do it properly. But for this tutorial, we're just going to use other textures. So there it is right there. Let's do the same thing for this one here. Let's make sure it's the right one. Yep, there it is. Same thing here. For this, I want this one right there. Just gonna put the bump on there. Keep the bump at 100. Just like that. Cushions. Made a mistake here. I have to fix that. It's this one actually. Alright, there it is. So as we zoom in, if you zoom in close, it's supposed to look like this, which is great. Let's make sure. Here's what I'm talking about. When you stretch meshes, this is exactly what happens. Okay, the textures they don't load on it properly. So the best way to do that is to just you have two ways to fix that. You can go here and you can go here and you can fix it like this, and you crank this up. So let's do 10 here and 10 here, okay, and we'll click OK, and we'll go here and we'll do 10 here as well, and we'll do 10 here as well. Now this is how you fix this problem right here, okay? Now most of the time you wouldn't have that problem if you just unwrapped it. If you UV unwrap it, you wouldn't have this problem, but sometimes you'll have that problem, and that's how you fix it. But for this looks pretty good, okay? And we're just gonna leave this as is here, so that looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this right now. That takes care of the seats. Let's go ahead and just move here to our outer frame. Zoom in, and I want this outer frame to just have that as well, and it's gonna look like that, which is okay. I'm gonna take this to 15 and take that to 15, or I think it just went crazy, so let's zoom in really quick. Yeah, that was way too crazy. So take that back to 1, and let's take that to 25. How about 50? 50 looks pretty good. Okay, so normal bump. Okay, so remember to take this to 52. There it is, just like that, okay? And I'm gonna take this to 30, and I'm gonna take this to 70. There you go. That looks much better. Alright. So let's do the inner controllers. I want this to be red. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to this one here. And I'm gonna go to my normal bump map. Go to 30 and 70, and that's quite a bit, so I'm gonna go 70. 70 looks pretty good. Okay, I want to make sure this is the right one too, so let me double check just to make sure. Oops. Alright, so use this one, Camp Rose. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe I'll make this a little bit redder. So all you gotta do is take this down. Well, not redder, but a darker red. There you go, just like that. So that looks cooler. Alright, that takes care of that. That takes care of this. Now I want these to be black. So make sure to see which is which. These are the ones right there. So that's the outer one. And the outer one, I'm going to use this one right here. Okay, I'm just going to turn them all like that, which is absolutely okay. I'm just going to go just a tiny bit darker. And I'm going to put that bump onto that too. So I can see it stretched a little bit. So what I want, let's take that back to 1. That's the one I want to look at. Let's just play with that and see what we get. Okay, so that looks pretty good right there. 8, 2, 1. So I go back to my bump and I do the same thing. 8.21. There it is. It's gonna give me that bump right there, and that looks pretty awesome. So let's go ahead. 30, 70. And I say let's crank that up to 200. There we go. Pretty cool effect. I like that. Okay. Yep, that takes care of that. Now let's move on to the sides. Okay, so for the sides, I want this. There it is. I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna click this, and I say 200 too. Yeah, 200 looks pretty good on that actually. Take the glossiness down to 60. Take that to 70, and I'm gonna go back to my seat. I want to just change that to 200 too. There it is, much better. And you know what? Let's play with that. It's on the other side. Let's go check it out. Let's just see what it looks like to see if we can come up with something maybe better. Or do we, maybe we want 2, so 3. Yeah, 3 is good, so we'll have to go here, crank that up to 3. Okay, and then we'll have to do the same thing for this right here. Go here, UV repeats 3, go to normal bump, UV repeat 3 as well. And let's take a look at the other side. Not bad, not bad at all. Not bad. That looks pretty good actually. Okay, and I like how these top ones look, and at the bottom as well. Okay, so oops, connector. Let's look at this one really quick. Alright, we want the same thing for that one. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's just play with the UV repeat, see what we get. I kind of like, how about this? Can you put that too? Let's see what that looks like. Does it look weird? It kind of looks weird. So let's take everything back down to 1, and let's just, how about we do this? Set 5. And we take it down right there. Yeah, I like that better. So 5 and 204. 5 and 2.04. Let's crank this up to 200. There it is. Take that to 60. Take that to 70. Okay. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, moving on. Let's go into the monitors. It's the center one. So for the center one, you can either go red or you can go black, but I'm gonna keep it to this. And I'm just gonna play with this to see what I can get. Oh, I kind of like it. I kind of like it right there. It's pretty cool. All right, so that's 5/16 and 1. There it is. We'll do 5.16 and 1. And let's take that to 150. There you go. Now, if you don't like that part right there, you can just take it back to 1. And then just take this back to 1. That's okay too, because I don't like it, so I'm just gonna leave it like that actually. Okay. But let's try. Let's see if it was like that. What would it look like? Okay, so let's go here and let's just crank this up to 20. Let's go here and do 20. Zoom in. The top looks great, but the side doesn't. So let's take the side to 20 as well. Take this to 20 as well. See what we get. That's much better. So I'm actually going to keep these black like this. Alright. Okay, let's keep working on this. Let's keep going. All these are, which is great. Okay, let's make sure. Screen, so we need to okay. So that's the screen. We'll come back to the screens later. Let's go here really quick. Okay, so I want this to be black. Pretty good as is actually, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Take this to 30, take that to 70, take this down to 50. Let's quickly go back here. Let's fix this. 30, 70. See, and that looks a little bit weird, but that's okay. Alright, so that took care of that. Yep, we'll take care of that too. Nope. That's for the center one, and I want that to also be black. So good. Take that down to about 60 instead. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Let's take it down to 80. Okay, that's much better. Alright. That's the screen. Quickly call that screen, so I'll come back to it later too. Okay, let's start working on our right side here. So I want this to have this. Zoom in here, see what it looks like. Not too bad, but let's say 5. Actually 3, and let's bring in the bump, and we'll say same thing 3. There it is. We want to go here 30, and we want to go 70. There you go. That takes care of that, and that takes care of the other side too, which is great. Let's, which one is this one? Okay, that's the outer one. So the other one, I want this, and let's play with that, see what we can do. See if we can get 2. Yeah, I like the 2. So 805. Let's go to our bump. Let's go here, click 805. Oops. 805. There it is. Crank this up to 150. So let's go 180. Go here 30 and go that 70. Okay, looks good. All right, let's take care of the one on the inside. And let's try this. And let's crank this up just to see what we get. Let's try 20. Let's try 10. 2010. Isn't bad. The normal bump is that. Remember, 20 and 10. Like that. Gloss at 30. Environmental multiplier at 70. It's just like that. Let's crank this up to about 150. And 150 might be too much, especially when you have light shining through it, but for now that's okay. Alright. Lever. Let's go and do the middle part. This right here. Let's zoom into it. Let's go and so let's take the gloss down to 30, let's take that to 70, let's take that down to about 70, there it is. This side should be taken care of as well. Okay, so let's go back here. Now let's go and focus on the lever. The lever we want to be a black lever. So let's go and click on it just to see what it looks like. It's not there. So let's go in here, click on that. Okay, we'll take that down to 30. Take this down to 70. Let's take that down to about 60. Just like that. Okay, the red button, we need that to be red. So that can just be a regular red, or you guys can just go back to this letter one here. So let's focus on it. Take that down to there, just like that. Let's go to normal bump. Let's add that to it. And there it is, like that. Let's take that down to 50. 50 looks good. And the other one side should be taken care of as well. Okay. Alright, a few more here. Let's go to the center here. Okay, so I want this to be black too, so I'm gonna use this black metal right here. And this, and I'm gonna zoom into this. And I don't want it to be too black, so I'm gonna take it down to about right there. And I want to bring this right here, texture. Okay. Alright. Take this down to about 70. Ooh. There it is. 30. To multiply to 70. I'm gonna take that down to 50 actually. Okay. Let's go and we want that to be the metal again, so let's click on that. Zoom in. I actually want this metal to be kind of dark too, so just like that. Let's bring this in. 70. Let's take our glossiness to 30. Let's take our environment multiplier to 70. And this is the top part is going to be leather, of course. So we want that to be the black leather here. And zoom in. Could be better. So we're just gonna multiply it. Just go 5 this way, and let's go 5 that way. Oh, too much. How about 3? Let's go 3 this way and 3 that way. Yeah, that is so much better. Okay. Both are the same. Very strange. So, what did I do here? 3 and 3. There it is. And I'll keep that at 100 because that looks pretty good actually. There. There we go. Let's get bash the buttons. I want that to be red as well, so we'll go red here. Just click on it really quick so we see what it looks like. Could be better. So let's do 3. And let's do 3. Nope. 3 that way. Let's do 2, 2. 2, 2. Okay, let's put on bump. Let's see if there's. That's the wrong bump. That's the one I want. So let's do 2, not 23. 2 and 2. There it is. Looks better already. Get our glossiness. Take that to 30. Take that to 70. Alright guys, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good, okay? Now let's throw our monitors in there. So for the monitors, this is how you have to do it, okay? Let's click OK. And look at that. Let's do this. Not bad, huh? Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good, okay? This is looking really good actually. Pretty satisfied, except for this piece right here, okay? But how we can fix this is, you know how we went one way to get this to work. All you have to do is go the other way to get that side to be small too, okay? And then we'll go and doodle with that to see what we can come up with. Alright, it's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Let's get these monitors to work here. So I'm gonna click save really quick. Alright, let's go ahead and work on the screens really quick and put some actually videos in there that will be moving real time. So in your folder you should have also seen a folder called HUD videos, and what you need to do now is put all these videos in your After Effects folders in your new composition. So once you have it in here, just grab them and throw them all into our composition here, go ahead and shut them all off. Shut that off too. What you want to go do is go back to effects, control, scene setup from element. Don't click on that, but you want to come down to custom layers, go down to the second one, and just put them all in. Okay, so that's what you have to do now. And click scene setup. Once it's here, you want to go back to our monitors here. So there it is right there. Just click on that, click diffuse, click here. Oh, I'm sorry. Click diffuse and click on the arrow here. That's what I meant to say. And once you click on the arrow, they should all be right here already, and it's just a matter of you choosing which one you want. Okay, that's pretty much it. So I made the same mistake twice. So let's just pick one that looks cool. All right, that looks okay. Oh my gosh, that's 3 times. What about this one? Yeah, this one looks pretty good. So once it's here, it's gonna look like this, and you're gonna be asking yourself, okay, how do I make this fit? It's very easy. So first we're gonna crank this up. So let's crank it up to about 200 so we can see it better. And I want you guys to go down here and just click in screen. So it's already on screen, so make sure it's on screen and click OK. So what you have to do is, which one was it? That was this one. What you have to do is you have to pre-comp it. So pre-comp, leave it where it's at, but you want to move all attributes to the, actually leave all attributes in the Scifi Cockpit. That's what you want to do. Click that. Once you're here, go here, double click on it so you get here, okay? And then you want to click on this, and then you just want to make it fit. Just make sure it fits, and then when you go back to Scifi Cockpit, watch it changes. Okay, once it's like this, then you want to go back to your scene setup, and you want to go back here, and you want to go back here, and you just want to move it where you think it's gonna look best. Okay, so you can either double it. Okay, once you double it, then this is gonna look like this, but it's only gonna show up here. But sometimes if you do this, it's gonna show up, many of them are gonna show up. So see, so you have this option to do it this way, okay, or your second option is to go back here and just move it where you think it's gonna be best. So when we go back here, watch what happens. See, so you have 2 options and you just have to decide. Okay, that's pretty much all that you have to do. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all these on, but I'm gonna fast forward this part just up until the end. Okay, alright guys, assuming you guys took the time to put the videos into the monitors, it should look something like this. Okay, every monitor should be ready to go, and they should be also playing in real time, which is the really cool thing about this. So not only did we create some very cool cockpit here using the kit bash I created in Element 3D, but we also made it realistic by adding some videos in the monitor screens. So that's what makes it pretty cool. Alright guys, first we use a kit bash to create this Scifi Cockpit. To me, that is pretty cool. Okay, and then we added some real-time videos to make it even more realistic, so that's even more cool. If you guys found the tutorial extremely helpful, you guys know what to do. Give it a like and subscribe, and please share my videos with your friends and everyone else that you know who are into visual effects. I know my tutorials are a bit longer. What I'm trying to create is things from scratch so that you guys can see the process and do it with me at the same time, and give you guys great confidence in utilizing Element 3D with After Effects. I cannot wait for version 3 to come out, and I hope that version 3 allows us to do 3D modeling, also unwrap the UVs, and do so much more that it can do right now. But that being said, once again, if you guys like this, thumbs up, subscribe, let everybody know who I am. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys have been part of my channel, ZooPF Visual Effects. My name is Lobo, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye now.